Hi friends, welcome to Peace in Progress. I'm Mary Beth. Today we're going to have a journal with me session. And this is just going to be a few moments to reconnect with yourself, hopefully to bring clarity and a little inner peace. So if you have a journal handy, go ahead and grab it now, or you can just write in a notebook or on a piece of paper. And if you don't feel like writing right now, that's okay too. You can just listen along and respond to the prompts in your head. So let's first get started with gratitude. Gratitude has a way of shifting our attention towards all the good things that already exist in our lives. So let's take a slow breath in and gently exhale before we begin. Start by writing down 3 small things you feel grateful for today. And they don't have to be big or life-changing. Sometimes the quiet things matter the most. Like a peaceful morning, maybe you enjoyed the sunrise, a good conversation, a time you shared a laugh with someone, or a moment when you felt calm, a moment you felt most like yourself. Now think of someone who has had a positive influence on your life recently. It could be someone you're close to, or even a small interaction you had with a stranger. Write about the impact they had on you. And again, these don't have to be big things. Sometimes somebody holding the door open for you, or letting you go ahead in line because you only have a few items. Sometimes those are really meaningful points in your day that we often forget about, but they make us feel really good in the moment. Maybe you have a special friend, a mentor, a colleague, or maybe it's your spouse or your partner who's always there for you with positive things to say, finding the good in the situation, or building you up, making you feel better. Now that we've slowed down a bit, let's gently check in with ourselves. Without overthinking it, write about how you're really feeling today, and not the answer you usually give people when they ask, like, I'm fine, but the honest one. And it's okay if this sounds a little negative. Maybe you did have a hard day. Maybe you had a particularly busy day. You haven't really had time to decompress or think about things yet. Or maybe you had a great day. This is a good time to write down all the good things that happened. Most important thing is to be honest with this one. Now ask yourself, what has been taking up the most space in my mind recently? You can write about whatever has been in your thoughts lately the most. Maybe you're concerned about something that's happening in the future. Maybe you're looking forward to a big event, something exciting. Maybe it's a vacation, somebody's getting married, a graduation, a new house, a new job. Maybe it's something more everyday, like thinking about something new you want to try, somewhere new you want to go. Now reflect on this question. What has been giving me energy lately? It might be an activity, a person, somebody you've been spending more time with, a hobby, or even quiet moments alone. As an introvert, that's where I get a lot of energy from being by myself. Doing a solo activity brings me a lot of happiness and makes me feel like I can do more. And on the other side of that, think about what's been draining my energy. Just notice it without judging yourself. Maybe your job has been really draining lately, or a relationship that you're in. Maybe you're just having a time where you feel tired Could be due to the weather. Maybe you've been sick lately. The reason why we think about what might be draining our energy is because awareness is often the first step towards change. So if it is something that we can change, maybe a relationship, a friend, a family member, it's become very draining. Sometimes we move through life so quickly that we forget to ask whether the direction we're going still feels right. So take a moment with this question. Does the path I'm on right now still feel aligned with who I truly am? Write whatever comes up. This is a good time to do more of a stream of consciousness type of writing. What do you see in the next month, 6 months, a year, or further into the future? Are you working towards those goals? Now reflect on this. What areas of my life feel most aligned with the person I want to be? Maybe it's your creativity, your values, the way you care for others, your relationships. And gently consider this question. Where in my life do I feel out of alignment? And there's no need to solve anything right now, but just noticing can bring a little clarity. Inner peace doesn't usually come from controlling everything in life. Often it comes from simplifying, letting go, and choosing what truly matters. So take a moment with this question. What is something in my life that I might need less of right now? And that could be a habit, a pressure you've been putting on yourself, or certain expectations. Maybe other people have expectations for you that you just don't agree with. Maybe you have a bad habit, something that you know you shouldn't be doing, but somehow you're still doing. This is a good time to reflect on that. And then, what is something I need or want more of in my life? More rest, more time for creativity, more time for more connection, more quiet. And finally, what's one small step I could take this week that would bring me closer to a sense of peace? So this isn't a huge life change. It's just one small step. What's something you can do this week to make you feel more at peace? Would it be trying to get outside for a walk every day? Cutting back on some responsibilities if it's possible? Cutting back on a relationship that isn't really healthy for you? Starting a new habit to replace a bad one? Just think about small ways to improve your life just a little bit this week. Before you finish, take a moment to reflect on this final prompt. What kind of life would feel peaceful and meaningful to me? And here, just write freely. Doesn't have to be realistic. This isn't going to be a goal necessarily that you're going to have. Just kind of daydream about what feeling peaceful means and what contributes to a meaningful life for you. Inner peace isn't something we arrive at all at once. It's something we work towards, little by little, small steps, making small changes where it makes sense. Things that used to matter to us maybe don't matter so much anymore. We just kind of get lost in that in our day-to-day lives if we aren't stopping to really think about, are we heading in the right direction? Are we doing things that make us feel joyful every day? Are we looking for the positives in our life? And it's moments like this where we pause and reconnect with ourselves. Thanks so much for spending this time with me. And if you want to go back and rewatch the video to revisit any of these prompts, you can do that at any time. Consider subscribing if you aren't already subscribed. I'd really like you to join the little community that I'm trying to create here. And as always, take care of yourself, and I'll see you next time.